Hey you guys, I am back with another video. I told you guys in my last video that I was going to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the books that I like to read in my free time. I said I like to read a lot of like self-help books, and I figured these books have really helped me like as a person to like better myself. I like to read a lot of really good self-help books that books that you can really take away from to help better you as a person, and also in terms of some things that you like to do in like your free time, whatever. Get books on the hobbies that you like, whatever. So these are some of the books that I like that I actually picked up. One was a gift, and the rest of these I kind of just, I went through a phase, and I just literally went through the library and just, not the library, oh my god, the bookstore, and just picked up all these books that I was really interested in reading, and so far they're really good. So at least in all of these books I've read like at least a chapter or two, but a few of them I've read over and over again, like 4 or 5 times. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with like my number one favorite book. It is Every Day of Friday by Joel Osteen. This is probably one of my favorite books. I just really like how he's geared toward just everyone. I really like that he's not set on one religion. It's something that everybody can read and really understand. He has like a lot of really good topics on, like, let me see if I can find some. I have like a lot of my favorite chapters. One is about not giving away your power, being happy with where you are in life, and just learning to kind of just find your way. Another one is about being a self-encourager, encouraging yourself. Another one is not living for the approval of others. Another one is living a life full of no excuses, so not feeling sorry for yourself. Things happen, life happens, shit just happens in general, and you can't really do much about it, but just live your life, make your mistakes, and learn from them. So, I mean, there's a lot of really good chapters in here, overcoming discouragement, all that other good stuff. So this really is a good book. I really recommend this to a lot of people. I really love this guy. I have the app on my phone so I can listen to, me personally, I'm not a major like church person. I used to go a lot when I was younger. When I got older, just because of like things that have gone on in my church as growing up, a lot of us kind of just were geared away from it because of certain issues. So me, I like people that like to talk about some of the things you talk about in church but not actually go. That's just me personally. That's just how I do. That's how I feel about it. But I really like watching his services and his sermons and listening to what he has to say. I really find it interesting, and I really like it. It has, let's see, so it's called Every Day of Friday, How to Be Happier 7 Days a Week. It's a really good book. Again, let's see how many chapters is in here. So this has 25 chapters, and then it has like sub-chapters within it. So a lot of things that I do as I read, I like to like either read it aloud or like read it quietly with like a glass of wine. And I actually go through, you can see I go through and I highlight like some of my favorite parts. Parts that just like really stick out to me. So, if I'm ever going through something or if I'm feeling discouraged, I can always go to that chapter about discouragement and reread it and look at those main parts that like really stuck out to me and reread those parts that I highlighted. So it really does come in handy. Like I said, this book is, it's almost 300 pages long, and I've reread this book like 4 or 5 times, like literally front to back. That's how good this is. And I'm not a major reader. It takes a lot for me to be focused and to really like stick with a book. But things like this that you can like really take away from and like really learn from, I just found it really easy for me to read. Like I really got sucked into it really quick. So next, I'm going to move over to the next book. This is another really good author that I like. This is Joyce Meyer, and it's called Power Thoughts. It says 12 strategies to win the battle of the mind. So again, it's along the same lines as the Joel Osteen book. They're pretty much, I like to say, they're like male and female versions of each other. I mean, seriously. They talk about pretty much the same things. They just word them and talk about them differently. Like I said, I like them both. But this one is also really good. This one I haven't been reading as much, but it's also a really good one. Just teaches you about the 10 power thoughts to help you get in the right mind and just live a really good life. You know, don't live in fear, don't be offended, you know, trust God, blah, blah, blah. It just goes on and on and on. So, I mean, it's really good once you wrap your mind around it. It's a really good book to read. Again, in this one, I went through, highlighted some of my favorite parts. That way, you know, if I ever want to, I can go back and reread some parts that I really like. What chapter is this one? A positive you is a powerful you. So, what is this I highlighted? A positive attitude enables you to make the best of every situation, and that gives you the power over your circumstances instead of allowing your circumstances to have power over you. Make a commitment today to be a positive person. The more positive you are, the more powerful you'll be. So, there's a lot of really good things in here. Like I said, I like to share stuff like this because if it makes me happy, and it can help anyone else, then I would love to share that and spread the love, man. So, next book. This one, I took the cover off of it because I hate those paper plastic covers. This book is called, I have my little bookmark. So, it's called Define Your Brand, Imagine Your Future, and it's called Reinventing You, and it's by Dorie Clark. So, I wish I still had the cover for it, but this is what it looks like. And this is also a really good book as well. It helps you in terms of like career-wise, if you're trying to get your career together, how to basically reinvent yourself as like a brand. Because basically, like when you're interviewing for a job, you basically have to, you know, sell yourself to people, just like as if you were a brand. Like when you go to the store, what makes you choose, you know, Cheerios over the knockoff brand, like of Cheerios? Like what makes you choose which one over the other? So it's all about how you market yourself, create yourself as like, be a brand, you know what I mean? And that's like the same way in life, like with yourself when you apply for jobs. Basically, you're branding yourself. People see how you brand yourself, and if they want you to represent them, then obviously they choose you or they don't choose you. I mean, whatever happens, we've all been turned down from jobs in life, but that's a really good book about that. And again, it's called Reinventing You. Sorry if you can't see that. It's called Reinventing You, and again, it's by Dorie Clark. So that's another really good book here. And another one that I was really excited to actually pick up and try and start reading. I haven't read much of it yet, but this book is by Mark Schaefer, and it's called Born to Blog. So, if some of you didn't know, before I actually had my huge break from YouTubing, I used to YouTube all the time. And I also used to blog all the time as well. So, my blog, I had ashleystyles.com before someone took it away and all this other junk. Long story. Maybe I'll blog about it. So, anyways, I used to blog all the time, and I really, really enjoyed it. My blog, I felt, was one of a kind, and I didn't want it to be a blog that was just about everything that everyone else was talking about, because everyone at that time, like 3-4 years ago when I started it, everyone was blogging about fashion and just doing outfits. And my thing is, it's been a few years since that. Just like if you look back into my old YouTube videos, a lot of them are OOTDs. And if you see, I look completely different. That was from like, some of them were like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and it's just like I'm not into the same things anymore. So I want to talk about things that tie into my life now. Now, before, I may do outfit of the day videos all the time, but now, literally, I work all the time. So in my free time, I'm reading really good books, okay? I'm trying to get my mind right. So, like I said, if I can spread the joy and help other people be happy and get their life and get their shit together, then that makes me feel really good, you know? So, I thought this was a really good book because I wanted to jump back into blogging. And again, it's called Born to Blog, and it's by Mark Schaefer, Mark W. Schaefer. And it's really good. It teaches you about the right and the wrong ways to market your blog. It teaches you about how to write good content, how to figure out what kind of content people actually want to read, how to make it, you know, how to draw people's attention. You know, like one quick thing I'll tell you guys, obviously, if you're a YouTuber, you probably have a blog, so this is something you probably know. In creating a blog, a lot of times if it's just long ass paragraphs worth of words, people aren't really going to read it. They're not going to be drawn in. But guarantee you, if you add a picture on everything, this is just common sense, you add a picture on anything, it usually is always going to draw somebody in. You'll get more viewers in a post with a picture than you will without a picture. Now that is common sense, and I feel like anybody that's a blogger or has ever blogged or has ever been into like writing, wanting to be a writer, that's something that you already know. That's like one of the first things you learn about actually writing and trying to draw in viewers and readers. So, and I feel like it's kind of the same way with YouTube. You kind of just have to have something that people really want to like listen to. So, I mean, like I said, who knows how many people are actually going to watch this video. If you guys watch it and you enjoy it, then I'm glad someone liked it. But like I said, these are some of the really good books that I have been reading, and I'm trying to hold them all up, but anyways, it's just these four. There are a few more books that are on my list that I actually want to pick up. There's one more book by Deepak Chopra that I read, Spiritual something. I have like the worst memory now. Like I literally just got off work, so I'm like so tired. But I'll probably do that in another video, and I'll tell you guys about that book because it was actually really good, and I wish I had it to show you guys. But if I had to pick two of my favorite books, these would definitely be my favorite two. Power Thoughts by Joyce Meyer and Every Day of Friday by Joel Osteen. These are my two favorite books, and if I could recommend any book or any two books to anybody that's just looking for something really positive, something to kind of just boost you. Like if you just want something to just get you in a really good mood, something to keep you really positive, I mean, I guarantee you, like I had to force myself in the beginning to actually sit down and read these because like I said, I just was not a reader. But after like the first chapter of like reading these books, I literally got sucked in. So I told myself I'd read like a chapter a day, and then it turned into 2 or 3 chapters a day, and then it was just like I was reading 4 chapters a day. But then I got all the way to the back of the book and I was rereading it over and over and over and over. So I read this whole book front to back so many times I don't even remember how many times I read it. So like I said, I'm not going to ramble too much more. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys all these really great books that I've been reading. I will definitely keep you guys up to date with any new books that I come across. I'll make sure that I post it on my blog. I'll try to link it. If I don't link it in this video, I'll put it in the next video. I'm still getting my blog together. I'm still updating it and all of that good stuff. I'm so excited to bring my blog back. I'm so excited. And it's definitely going to be really different from ashleystyles.com if any of you guys have seen it from my previous YouTube videos, seen my links to it. It's just going to be more about just like, I mean, it's going to be my fashion, it's going to be my life more than anything, because I just want people to be able to relate to what it is that I talk about. I don't want to be or feel like other people that just come on here and just talk about all the shit they have. Like, I really don't care. You know what I mean? Like, before, it was cool to walk around and be like, hey, I have a haul, I bought all this shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll probably still do some videos like that, but that's not gonna be my whole channel, you know what I mean? So, I'm just gonna talk about all the things that I love to talk about, and if you guys want to hear it, you guys can hear it, like, and if you don't, whatever, I really don't care. So, like I said, this is to help you guys, because this has helped me so much. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'll try to do another video for you guys soon. You guys take care and try to stay positive, you guys.